are going to argue that ICC has jurisdiction on PRRD and that the arrest warrant of PRRD issued by ICC is valid, it is clear as day that they violated PRRD's due process using ICC as a yardstick per Article 59. Agree or disagree? Tama? Ito yung first half. Okay? And ako nagustuhan ko yung sinasabi mo na agree ka that the Philippine law is supreme, and at the end of the day we're going to measure whether someone is afforded due process based doon sa constitution that applies to that person, right? Okay. Ngayon, first half of this argument, ICC as a yardstick. Our ICC ang gagamitin nating measure dito. If we're going to use ICC as a measure here, did ICC Article 59 was ICC's Article 59 followed in the Philippines when they applied the arrest warrant of ICC? Can you answer that?
Okay, regarding Article 59.
So was it applied as the arrest warrant, assuming that the arrest warrant is valid, was it in compliance with Article 59 of the ICC statute, with the Rome Statute?
But why should we look at ICC as a yardstick? If meron
Because
tayong...
we assume that ICC has jurisdiction on PRRD. That's the premise. And we assume that the arrest warrant by the ICC is valid. So therefore, you're going to use the ICC rules here.
No. Kasi nga may sovereignty tayo.
Teka! Wait lang!
Yeah.
I think hindi na ako magiging mabait nito You agree, for sake of argument, ICC has jurisdiction over PRRD. We agree, for the sake of argument, that the ICC warrant of arrest is valid, and yet you do not want to apply the ICC rules? Anong katarantaduhan yan? Nandun pa lang tayo sa first half nito pinag-uusapan natin,
Okay.
Okay,
Here's
ngayon,
the thing.
second part of this conversation.
Can I argue your first part? Can I argue your first part?
Conversation. Wait.
Can I argue?
Let me
Okay,
finish.
sure.
Let me finish. Second part of this conversation, you are arguing that we surrender PRRD. So, if, assuming arguendo, that the ICC rules is not going to apply to PRRD because the arrest happened in the Philippines, and what should apply is 9851, which authorized, quote-unquote, the Philippine government to surrender a Filipino to an international organization where that person being arrested is supposed to be tried. So in this situation, that is ICC. Okay? Assuming, following your argument that 9851 is the one that should be applied here in the Philippines, are you saying that 9851 amended the Philippine Constitution that if you're going to surrender a Filipino citizen to ICC, dadamputin mo na lang yan anytime at ipapadala mo sa ICC? Surrendering here involves deprivation of liberty of such person. In the Philippines, you cannot deprive a person of his or her liberty without proper justification, without proper arrest. So even if you're going to use 9851 here, due process was not applied. Okay, CG, go ahead.
Okay. As I said earlier, there are two points in here: sovereignty and jurisdiction of ICC. As I said earlier, there are contradictory points with Article 58. Tama po ba? 59. 59, sorry. Article 15. Article 59, and also with this local laws that we have.
Teka, CG, let's just be accurate here. Kasi pabago-bago ka ng 2 points eh. Kanina ang 2 points mo, arrest warrant and due process. Pagkatapos
ma'am,
yun,
ikaw po
jurisdiction and sovereignty. What are your 2 points really that you want to address para hindi mo na move yung goalpost?
Ma'am, ikaw po kasi yung nag-point ng 2 points na you are, 2 scenario that you are stating right
The
now.
one I pointed, okay, remember this, CG. You have pen and paper?
Yes,
Ito yung 2 points. Ito yung 2 points na in-argue ko.
Yes,
Jurisdiction, point number,
yes.
write this down para hindi ka pa bago-bago. Write this down. You have pen and paper with you? Write this down.
Yes.
You ask me what are the legal impediments, legal issues na kinakaharap nitong ICC ni PRRD. Number 1, jurisdiction. Jurisdiction, there are 2 bullets. Number 1, jurisdiction of ICC over PRRD. And if that is the question, that is something that we leave to the lawyers to argue sa ICC court at saka sa ICC at saka sa Supreme Court. Okay? We agree on that. Number 2, on issue of jurisdiction, I am willing to discuss the jurisdictional issue of PRRD and the ICC if we're going to talk about it in the light of sovereignty. Okay? In the light of sovereignty. So that's the first issue. The second issue is due process. There is no tolerable compliance of due process in the arrest of PRRD to the ICC. That's the 2 points. I was very, very clear. So do not change it. Okay? Do not move the goalpost. Okay, so ano yung 2 points na gusto mo i-address? Doon sa 2 points
I-address ko yung 2 points mo. If that's okay.
Well, I've been waiting. Until now, you were given an opportunity to address it and you're not giving us anything. You kept on moving the goalpost every now and then.
I'm not moving the goalpost.
You are.
Nag-iiba tayo ng argument kasi may ini-introduce kang another argument.
Oh,
So,
ikaw kayo nagbago, pati yung validity ng warrant of arrest, kino-question mo kanina, hindi naman yun question eh.
Para mas clear lang kay CG, can I add something? At least
Can-
give me
Gala, wait lang, Gala ha. I'll give you your moment, but let us give this to CG first, ha?
Okay, thank you.
Argue natin yung first is yung Article 58. Yes.
59, write this down. 59 paragraph 3. Kanina ka ba 58 or 58?
Article 59.
59
Sabi natin,
paragraph 3.
59.
You've said 58 like 3 times already. So are you listening to understand or are you listening just to respond?
I am listening.
You're not
Sige.
listening. Kasi I already explained yung jurisdiction issue at saka yung applicability ng ICC as a yardstick.
Can I
And that
argue?
not anymore. My patience is really running out here. Kasi you're not addressing anything eh.
I am addressing your 2 points. Ay mo bigyan ng time right now.
Oh, so I've given you time already.
Right now, kaka-introduce mo na ng 2 points and now I am asking for time to argue.
CG, I am going to take you down. Because your first question, I addressed the 2 points and you were not listening. Tapos now you're going to tell me that I just gave my 2 points. That's the first 2 points. Start pa lang ng conversation natin, binigay ko na yan. So you're just trolling CG. You do not know what you're talking about. I'm so
Yes.
sorry, CG.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen it. We heard it. Binobullshit mo kami.
No, I'm
No,
not.
I'm going to upload this in YouTube. Everybody can see. I've given my 2 points several times and you changed the goalpost several times.
Kaya ko nga i-argue yung 2 points mo eh. If that's okay.
Ano nga? So, ano yung argument mo? Final answer before I take you down.
As you said earlier, Article 59 is yung sinasabi ninyo na legal that there should be a competent court agency that former President Rodrigo Duterte should face. Also, we are arguing about sovereignty. That the supreme law of the land here is the Constitution. And that means also the local laws that the Congress or the Senate
Hindi pa
implement.
kita galing na lang kung nahihirapan ka. I think ano ba?
So,
Inom ka muna ng tubig.
So ibig sabihin, we are talking about sovereignty. Ibig sabihin,
What is the premise
sovereign
of
law.
the jurisdiction? CG, we've talked about this. What is the premise of our conversation today
Ma'am, is
about jurisdiction? What is
Oo
the
nga.
premise? The premise was,
For the argument that we cannot really,
what was the premise?
we cannot
That,
really,
okay,
we
that
cannot
if we're
really,
going to use the ICC yardstick, okay, that we're talking about the arrest under the premise of what? Do you remember?
under the premise of ICC, that we will use it
Under
as a
the
yardstick.
premise of ICC having jurisdiction on PRRD, correct. So
Oh.
why are you talking about sovereignty here?
Kasi,
Eh, yun na nga yung premise mo. Yun na nga yung condition sine qua non mo. You cannot change sovereignty issue.
no.
Tinanggap mo na nga na meron jurisdiction yung yung ICC
Ma'am.
pagkatapos sasaksakan mo ng sovereignty
Ma'am,
issue.
excuse me ma'am. If we are part ng international organization and there are laws that we are bounded it is
Wala na nga!
there is a doctrine of incorporation to the Philippine law.
We're done with that. Pinag-usapan na natin.
There is a doctrine of incorporation. Kaya
Yes, kaya nga may jurisdiction yung ICC, 'di ba? Yun na nga yung premise natin dito sa conversation na 'to eh.
oo nga. Kaya sasabi ko,
Yeah,
the
we're talking
local
about the
laws,
due process na.
the local laws that we have is what should we follow, not
9851.
so
Oh,
we
punta
are
tayo doon sa
arguing.
local law. Sige. Punta
Oo.
tayo sa local law,
So,
1951.
ibig sabihin, we
What
do
about
not
it?
follow the Article 59 of the ICC for the reason that
Oh,
we
we're
have...
not going to follow. Sige, tama. We're not going to follow. We're going to follow 9851. Ilang beses ko na sinabi yan eh. So if you're going to use 9851 as a yardstick, did you follow the constitutional requirements on arrest?
with former President Rodrigo Duterte was given an arrest warrant. We were also able to argue with that. Valid
Arrest warrant. But was he presented the arrest warrant? Was he given a day in court? Because in the Philippine jurisdiction, serving search warrant does not comply per se due process. You have to present that person a day in court in order to question the warrant. That's part of the due process. Hindi lang yung existence ng warrant ang pinag-uusapan natin dyan.
But, as I was saying,
Anong but? That is the constitutional requirement.
Pero-
Was it satisfied?
but
Answer
the warrant
the question, CG.
of
That's
arrest
the
from the
9851.
ICC.
If you're going to apply 9851 here, did it comply with the procedural requirement of arrest under the Constitution?
9851 states that it will surrender to the competent court that is handling the case or the investigation.
Okay, so what is the case? Did
So
you file any case in relation to 9851 here in the Philippines?
No, we are talking about the warrant
what
of
are we talking
arrest.
about here?
The warrant of arrest that was issued by the
You
ICC.
cannot, CJ, ito kasi yung problema pag wala kang alam sa mga legal procedure.
No, I do.
No, you do not know. You do not know. And sorry, CJ, this is the end of the line. Okay, this is the end of the line. You cannot surrender a person using an arrest warrant issued by other court if you're going to use 9851. If you're going to use 9851, you have to file a case here in the Philippines. Okay? Using 9851. Okay? The 9851, that law actually, it doesn't have any clear implementing rules and regulations up until now. Wala yung very clear na implementing rules and regulation. So therefore, okay, if you're going to say, we have 9851 here, you have 98 and 51 here, pero gusto mong gamitin yung warrant of arrest ng foreign authority. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Ngayon, yung 9851 dito, sinasabi, you can surrender. Okay, fine. When you surrender, that means you're going to arrest. Balik tayo sa aresto. And when you are going to arrest a person, you have to follow and respect the Bill of Rights of that person. Was that done here in the Philippines? No, it wasn't done. They were using a foreign arrest warrant and then they forgot the entire procedure on warrant of arrest. Okay? Competent court muna. Dito sa Pilipinas, yung 9851 na yan, hindi yan express ticket to The Hague. That is a Philippine law and it has to be sorted out by the Philippine court. Was PRRD presented in any local court? Was there a case in Philippine court in relation to 9851? None! You did not invoke that ever! Okay? So I'm so sorry, CG. Binubullshit mo kami. Okay? Anyway, I'm so sorry. You weren't able to show to us that there is a colorable compliance with the deprivation of liberty of PRRD. So that is why this is kidnapping. Hindi nyo nirespeto yung karapatan ni PRRD na questionin ang warrant of arrest na yan sa proper court of authority. You did not give him day in court. And when you say due process, it is not just warrant of arrest. Hindi porket may warrant of arrest, ICC complied mo na yung due process because due process entails that you should give a day in court to that person. Okay? Ganun po yun. Okay, anyway, CG, we're done.